Hey guys, what's up? I hope that you are all doing well. In today's video, I just want to share some things with you guys if you're in this space where you're really trying to focus on building your life the way that you want it to look, and you're thinking a lot about the connections and the relationships that you have with other people in your life. And I just want you to know, first and foremost, that you have the power and you have the ability to create the things that you envision for yourself in your life. And I'm starting off with that in case any of you are feeling like really hopeless right now. And I've definitely have felt like this in so many different periods of my life, especially if I was trying to create something that felt really important to me. It's a normal thing to start to doubt yourself or question if you're really able to build these amazing things that you really want to experience for yourself in your life. I also just want to let you guys know as well, like, it's totally okay if you feel like your life is a little bit off track. Everyone has their like glow up period, and it looks different for every single person. It's going to happen at a different time period. I think sometimes we psych ourselves out because we place this pressure on ourselves to have everything figured out in our lives at the specific time when we want these things, but like sometimes we're not ready to experience certain things. Sometimes we don't even have the tools and resources that we need to be able to sustain the things that we do get. Like, say if you built a really successful business or like a relationship or something, like maybe you don't actually have the tools to be able to handle having those things. Maybe you're not in a place where you'd be able to fully enjoy what, like, the fruits of your labor after you've created those things. So I just want to make sure that you understand that. And I know exactly what that feeling is like, especially if you're listening to this and you happen to be like a perfectionist like me. Like, I still have some of these perfectionistic qualities where sometimes, like, I place too much pressure on myself. I feel like something should be done at like a certain time, and if it's not, it's like it says something about you or your worth. um and it doesn't. I'm just here to remind you that you're absolutely worthy. You are always worthy. You're not worthy when you get the things that you want. You're worthy the entire time. You're worthy when you created it. You are worthy when you thought about what it is that you wanted in your life. And you've been worthy since the day that you were born. It's not something that you gain. Like, the things that you want in your life are not going to make you more worthy when you have them. But we have all these internalized messages from since we're children, where we believe that having these external things are going to somehow boost our sense of worth, of just value, right? Like, how many people really believe that by having success, by having money, by having thriving relationships, they think that they're a more valuable person? And you're not. You're valuable when you don't have those things as well. And I know that some of you who are listening to this, if you're really resonating with the messages that I'm sharing in this video and also my other videos, then I know you're probably one of those people who maybe you've had a lot of life challenges. Maybe you're someone who didn't have like the best childhood growing up, and that's why you have the challenges that you do right now. But you are fully capable of working through all of those things. Like, it's still possible for you to have all the things that you want. Things just might not come to you at the time when you initially wanted those things, and that's absolutely okay. And you have to learn to accept things as they come. Like, you have to recognize that shit happens in life. Like, things are going to happen that are going to be unexpected for you. Things are going to happen that are going to make you feel like you were just completely thrown off course. But maybe you were just being redirected somewhere else that's better for you, somewhere where you can thrive, somewhere where you can have all the things that you want. And so I don't want any of you to listen to this and feel like you're just this absolute failure because you weren't able to hit some of the goals that you've set for yourself. And it doesn't matter what area of your life that you've been setting these goals. All of your goals are valuable as well. It's just, give yourself the opportunity to figure things out. Give yourself time, have patience with yourself. Like, we want these things with other people. We want these experience of having like such a great business and stuff like that. But it's like sometimes I feel like we're not always willing to be patient in the process of building those things. Like, we think that certain things are going to happen at a specific time, and when they don't happen, we internalize that. We start to think that that means something about us, our worth. I mean, how many times have you guys done this as well, right? Where maybe you aren't in like a relationship or something that you want, and so you start to think like, oh my God, like, what does that say about me? Am I too ugly? Um, is my life like not together yet? Like, you know what I'm saying? We always criticize ourselves and automatically go to what we perceive to be our flaws or our faults. And it's not always about that. Like, sometimes things happen because it's honestly what is better for you. Like, there are so many blessings in disguise that happen. And I'm telling you, because I'm the master at this, like, I've had this happen so many times in my life where I've wanted something or I've worked towards something. And I'm the kind of person, when I work towards something and I have a big goal, I put all of my energy and effort into that thing. And still there have been times where like I don't get the things that I want, but then something amazing comes out of that process. Like, maybe I've learned something like life-changing about myself, or something life-changing about my habits, or the way that I've been showing up, that I recognize maybe does not resonate with my soul. It doesn't resonate with the person that I am and who I'm really trying to become. And it's like that sometimes. You'll have these blessings in disguise that'll put you back on track, or that are going to lead you to the exact things that you want. But you get in your own way sometimes when you don't accept what is in reality. Like, when your reality looks really jacked up, it is an extremely brave thing to do, to look at that, to surrender to it, and to accept what it looks like. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, you should just give up whatever goals that you have or whatever you're working towards. That's not what acceptance and surrender means. What it means is that you can objectively look at your reality. You can be honest and brave with yourself and say, okay, maybe this isn't what I want my life to look like, but I know that I have the power to change this. I know that I have the power to create the things that I want. I know that amazing things are still going to happen for me. I know that I'm going to have the experiences that I really desire. I'm going to have the things that my soul really craves. And that is such an incredibly brave and fearless thing to do. Like, it is so hard to have hope in things when you feel like you've been so disappointed in your life. It's really difficult to work through things, to look at things that maybe you're not good at and ask for help, or to recognize like when something isn't working. And sometimes that might end up having, you know, you might end up having to leave relationships, leave people behind. Maybe you'll have to do really hard things like change some of your habits, change the way that you've been doing things, especially if it's things that, you know, you've been doing for literally your entire life. And now you've just had this brought to your awareness that it's not good for you. That is really hard stuff to do. And if that is where you are, please know that I applaud you. You are doing such a great job. Please don't lose hope. You can have the things that you want. And I know I keep saying it, but I'm saying it so that it's in your conscious awareness, so that you understand it. And so you can start telling yourself that, and you can re-listen to this episode if you need to hear these messages again. And if any of you guys would like help in becoming more clear on what it is that you want, or you want some type of support or accountability, just someone who's going to listen to you and be able to coach you or mentor you in the areas where you really are passionate about creating something. I absolutely urge you to reach out to me, guys. I am a certified life and spiritual coach. I'm a mentor, and I'm more than willing to help you guys. But the thing about it is, it's like, when you're working so hard towards something and you're like me, where you're so focused on it and you put all your energy in that area, it makes it difficult sometimes for you to recognize maybe some other areas of your life that are struggling, or maybe you're the opposite, right? Where I do this a lot too. Actually, I do this more than the other way, where you're overthinking everything, right? You start, because you're aware of one problem in your life, you start thinking about all the other problems. And then you start going through this phase where you're like, oh my God, I have to fix all these problems. I have to work through all these things. Like, no, first of all, you do not have to do your work alone. Like, it's okay to ask for help from people who are supportive, people who have your best interests at heart, and people who know what they're talking about when it comes to things that you're trying to create. And also, it's about being able to have confidence and trust within yourself, and to know that you are worthy of having the things that you want. You are fully capable of creating the things that you want, and you don't have to do all of that stuff alone. So I just wanted you guys to understand that. And I really, truly am so grateful for all of you who listen to these episodes. I'm grateful for everyone who always likes my videos, everyone who is just supportive to me and what I'm doing. And I'm so grateful that I'm able to be here and give back to you guys in any way that I can. I really do love creating these videos, and I make sure that I do this stuff even when my life is not together, or I'm just really not having a good time in life. Like, I always make sure that I show up here no matter what, because I really am committed and passionate about building something here, and I want to be able to work with you guys if that's what you're ready to do. Like, you're just a really capable and worthy person. And again, I know I keep saying it, but like, I'm saying it so that you guys really do trust and start to open your mind up to the fact that that is an absolute truth. And there's no reason why you need to have evidence to support that truth. Like, if you are somebody who likes to think of life in terms of lists, systems, plans, like me, then you might find yourself in a place sometimes where it's like, if something doesn't fit within a list or a category, like, you struggle, you really struggle. And life is not meant to look like that. You're not going to be able to categorize everything, and that's okay. And it doesn't mean that you're like messing something up in your life. You're just starting to get to this point where you're learning areas where you can grow, and you're having opportunities to be able to grow. And that's such an amazing gift. And I'm so proud of you if you've been brave and you're taking these things on. And I just want you to know as well, like, I always talk about, being a confident and like a fearless person. And being fearless isn't about you not having fear. It's about you like facing your fears head on. It's you being able to recognize when things aren't working and saying, you know what, I'm capable and worthy of working through this thing. And I know that I'm going to be able to do this. I know that I can do this. And that takes a really brave person to do that, because so many people in this world, they'll see things, and what do? They suppress their emotions, they suppress their feelings. They'll stay in circumstances, situations, relationships that do not benefit them, things that are not helpful to them, simply because they are so uncomfortable with trying to figure out how they can create the things that they want. And so if you've been on this journey, or you're just now starting it, you are so strong. If nobody told you today, like, you are a very strong person, and I'm so proud of you. I'm so grateful that you guys are here. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. You guys can reach out to me through my website, biancaward.com. If you're watching this on Instagram or YouTube, My website link is going to be in the description or in the bio of my Instagram. And I do upload a new episode every single week on YouTube and on my podcast. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, please make sure that you subscribe. If you're listening on YouTube, please make sure that you subscribe. And I will see you guys next week.